What's good, everybody? Okay, let's get right into this jersey. So I call this jersey the McDowell's Annual Black Awareness Rally New York Mets Baseball Extravaganza Employee of the Month jersey. And the Baseball Extravaganza is hosted by the Reverend with a special performance by Jackson Heights own Mr. Randy Watson. Because that's only right. It's only fair. All right. Now, I made this jersey to match my Coming to America Blazers. Now, the idea behind the jersey, because I had to make it make sense. In my head, I said this. Okay, so the New York Mets has an annual charity baseball extravaganza. And it just so happens that this year's 1988 extravaganza was sponsored by McDowell's. And the Employee of the Month receives a special jersey during the game. And this is that special jersey. You get it? Okay. So the jersey has a Coming to America theme, just like the shoes. Right? Now, matter of fact, I'm going to give y'all some background on the shoe. So Giannis Antetokounmpo, and I hope I said that right, he's an NBA player, plays for the Milwaukee Bucks. He's also a Nike signature athlete, which means he gets his own shoe. And he gets some pretty dope campaigns put behind him, right? Okay, cool. So somebody over at Nike, and it was probably Ben, because Ben comes up with genius campaigns all the time. They came up with a campaign that has the Coming to America theme. Now, Coming to America is my favorite movie of all time. Like, literally my favorite movie of all time. I actually woke up this morning and watched it. All right. So, once I saw this shoe, now, he has two shoes. He has the Zoom Freak 1, which is his signature shoe, and he has this Nike Blazer. And when I saw the shoe and I saw it said Coming to America on the black, I instantly knew what the shoe was. It was a representation of the McDowell's uniform, right? So I had to have them. I actually doubled up on the shoe. All right, so I had to have them. So now, granted, he's born in Greece, but his parents are Nigerian. So I'm taking that's how they tied in the Coming to America thing. But either way, Akeem and Giannis, they both came from overseas, came to America to handle their business, in which they did. Okay, so either way, it works for me. All right, so now let's get into the details of the jersey, because every detail on the jersey has something to do with the movie. All right. The Mets. Why New York Mets jersey, Nolo? Okay. If you're familiar with the movie, then you know that Prince Akeem is heir to the throne of Zamunda. Now, Prince Akeem has an arranged marriage about to take place that he does not want to follow through with. So he halts the wedding, right? And what he wants to do is he wants to go to America to find his own bride. He wants to court a woman, get to know her, propose, do it the right way, do it the correct way, right? So his father misinterprets that and thinks that he wants to go to America to sow his royal oats. So Akeem said, okay, whatever. That's what you think. I don't care. I just need to get over there. Okay, cool. So he's talking to Simi. So Akeem is talking to Simi, his loyal servant, assistant, whatever you want to call him. And he makes a statement like, hey, look, man, we're going to America, but it's not to sow my royal oats. I'm actually going to find a bride. Okay, so Simi's all with it because he wants to go over there and get busy. So he says, hey, but look, the land is so big. Where will we go? LA or New York? Because Simi thinks that's the only place. Those are the only two places in the United States. So Akeem says, we'll flip a coin. Tails, we go to LA. Heads, we go to New York. Flip the coin, lands on heads. They go to New York, right? So Simi says something like, where will we go to find a woman suitable enough for a king? They both look at the map and they see Queens. They both said at the same time, Queens. Which makes sense. That was a pretty dope concept written by Eddie. I got to say that. So, boom. If you're familiar with MLB, then you know that the New York Mets is a Queens-based team. Their stadium is in Queens. That's their city. That's their town. So that's one of the reasons I made this a New York Mets jersey, because the Mets is a Queens team. There's another reason. Okay, when they arrive in America and they get to their hotel or their apartment, whatever you want to call it, right? They come outside and the whole neighborhood has stolen all of their luggage and all of their gold and their clothes and all of that. So Simmy's, he's mad. He's calling everybody a thief. And Akeem's like, let them have our worldly possessions. We are in New York now. Let us dress as New Yorkers. So they go into a clothing store. The scene cuts. They come back and they're dressed as New Yorkers. And Simmy has on a wicked New York Mets bomber jacket. Wicked Mets jacket. So that's another reason why I made this a Mets jersey. Because the Mets is a Queens team. And Akeem actually wore a Mets piece in the movie. Alright? Alright. Moving on to the number 21. Why 21, Nolo? Again, in the movie opens up to Oha waking up Prince Akeem with the violins and all the good sounds, and he wakes up peacefully, and Oha says, happy birthday. So Akeem's like, oh yes, it is my birthday, right? It was his 21st birthday in the movie. That's why I use the number 21. Okay, now let's move on to the tartan plaid, or the Stuart plaid. I like to call it Stuart plaid. Matter of fact, let me get closer. Okay, the Stuart plaid. Again, in the movie, the McDowell's uniforms were made of this Stuart plaid. Now, the royal blue comes from the apron that they wore over their shirts. And the yellow comes from the McDowell's logo that was on the royal blue apron. So that's why I have that royal blue and that yellow touching like that, because it touched on the apron. The apron was royal blue with the yellow McDowell's logo. And I used the same exact Stuart plaid for the Mets logo on the chest, for the Mets logo on the sleeve, and for the Mets logo on the other sleeve. Now, I had no clue how I was going to get this plaid inside of these letters, but I did. I came up with a way, and it worked. It happened. And I think that's kind of crazy, actually. Now, another thing about this is that all of the logos used on the jerseys are from the correct time era. These are the 1988 Mets logos. All right. Let's go down to the jock tag. Okay. June 29, 1988. That is when Coming to America premiered in the United States. Akeem Jofer. That's Akeem's name, right? So June 29th is when the movie aired, when it premiered in the United States. And then I put the infamous dollar bill, or the 100-pound bill, on here. Now, initially I was going to put the Employee of the Month picture from the movie down here by the jock tag, but I didn't want to overdo the theme, because honestly, if you know the shoe, if you know the movie, then you already know it's an Employee of the Month theme behind the jersey and the shoe. So actually telling you on the jersey doesn't even make sense, So that's why I wanted to put something different, and I wanted to put the Zamunda money with Akeem on it, just to show how humble he was, because even though he had his own money and he had all the riches in the world, he was still humble enough to work at McDowell's long enough till he got Lisa. Like, that was his plan. I will work here until I get Lisa, and that's what he did. So this is the actual money from the movie. I put that down there by the jock tag. Now, the McDowell's logo is the sponsor. That's the sponsor space on the jersey. So that's why the logo is on the jersey, because he sponsored the baseball extravaganza that the Mets had in 1988. And hence why I use the 1988 logos on the jersey. Now, the piping around the sleeve also has to deal with the uniform. Now, the aprons that they wore in the movie had straps that went over the shoulders. Now, these two royal blue lines represent those straps that go over the shoulders, and the yellow in the center just represents the McDowell's logo. So that's why the stripes are there too. I just didn't put them there just to put them there. All right, let's go to the back of the jersey. On the back, A. Jofer, 21. Now, granted, in the movie, they never said Akeem's last name. He was just Akeem. But they did say the king's last name, Jaffe Jofer. Now, I did not just want to put Jofer because I knew some people would probably mistake it for Jaffe Jofer, the king. So that's why I put the A there. So people would know that it's Akeem Jofer. Because even though they didn't say his last name in the movie, you would assume that he took on his father's last name. So his last name, of course, is Jofer. With the 21 again. That's how old he was in the movie. So that pretty much sums up my Employee of the Month Coming to America jersey. I love this jersey. I'm about to go downstairs and watch the movie again. Let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, share. Okay. Oh, man, listen. I'm out of here, man. Peace.